Hello everyone, I'm Laura. I have another lesson on the present simple for you today. We will talk about how to conjugate verbs and I'll give you some tips for spelling. Since the be verb is very special, we won't talk about it today. We have another video about it, so if you would like to see that, you can find the link in the description below or up here. Let's get to it. Remember that we use the simple present tense to talk about things that are true in general. The earth goes around the sun. That will always be true. We also use the simple present to talk about routines or things that happen regularly. I study English on the weekends. The good news is that other than be, we make the present simple in the same way with all the verbs, although some verbs are somewhat irregular. The affirmative or positive form is very easy. With I, we, you, they, the form is the same as the base form, which is the form that you can find in a dictionary. With the third person singular, he, she, it, with regular verbs, we need to add an S at the end. Let's take a look. I walk, you walk, she walks, he walks, it walks, we walk, they walk. I like chocolate. She works at the bookstore. My friends practice karate every week. However, as I said, some verbs have irregular spellings with the third person singular, he, she, or it. When a verb ends in Y immediately preceded by a vowel, which are A, E, I, O, U, the Y is not changed before the ending S is added. So buy becomes buys. Stay, stays. Enjoy, enjoys. But when a verb ends in Y, immediately preceded by a consonant, the Y is changed to IE before the ending S is added. Study, studies. Fly, flies. Try, tries. When a verb ends in O, the letter E is added before the S ending. Do, does. Go, goes. When a verb ends in CH, S, SH, X, or Z, the letter E is added before the S ending. Press, presses. Wash, washes. Catch, catches. Relax, relaxes. Buzz, buzzes. The only truly irregular one is have, which becomes has. I have a dog. She has a cat. So let's fill the gap with the right form of the verb. We bake cakes together on the weekend. Mary watches TV after school. Kate studies in the library. He goes to school by bicycle. John enjoys a cold drink on a hot day. My brother has a 3-year-old daughter. The negative form is not much more difficult, but we need to add the extra verb do, called an auxiliary verb. the verbs cannot directly take the negative mark in the present simple, so we need to add do with the negative. Do not, or the contraction don't. I walk becomes I don't walk. You walk becomes you don't walk. I don't have time to study. They don't talk to each other. When it comes to he, she, it, the S falls on the negative verb, which here is don't. Remember, do, does. So don't, doesn't, does not. She doesn't work in an office. It doesn't taste good. You can only have the third person singular once in a sentence, so don't make the grammar mistake. It doesn't taste good. Let's check the chart. I do not drive. I don't drive. You do not drive. You don't drive. She does not drive. She doesn't drive. He does not drive. He doesn't drive. It does not drive. It doesn't drive. We do not drive. We don't drive. They do not drive. They don't drive. Let's try again. Fill the gap with the negative form. Sarah has a bike, but she doesn't have a car. The weather doesn't look better than yesterday. Let's talk about questions. To make questions in the simple present, we also need to use do and does. We add do, does before the subject. I swim. Do I swim? Mary swims. Does Mary swim? Look at the chart. Do I talk? Do you go? Do we dance? Do they listen? Does she cook? Does he run? Does it fly? Questions starting with an auxiliary verb require a short answer, which means an answer in yes or no. To form a short answer, we use the auxiliary verb do and not the main verb of the sentence. Do you like tea? Yes, I do. No, I don't. And not yes, I like. Does he ride a bicycle to school? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. And not yes, he rides. To make questions with WH, it's the same process. It's like building blocks. So take a look at this. Do they go to school? When do they go to school? Does she cook every day? How often does she cook? Do you like apples? What do you like? Do you play tennis? How often do you play tennis? So let's practice some more with questions. Do you get up early on Sunday? No, I don't. What does she do on her free time? She practices the violin. Does it snow a lot in Canada? Yes, it does. In the winter. All right, that's it for today. So why don't you try making your own sentences in the present simple right here in the comments. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give us a like. Subscribe for new content every week. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.